Hi, welcome to Changing Mindset with Louise Namara. Today I'd like to talk about creativity. What is creativity? According to Franklin Robert, an author on human motivation, he said that creativity is the tendency to generate or recognize ideas, alternatives, or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems, communicating with others, with ourselves, or entertaining others. Then, according to Kendra Cherry, a psychology expert, she said that creativity is the ability to come up with new and useful ideas. And according to a guy called Shikizentimilia, an author on creativity, he was quoted saying that everyone was born with a level of creativity, just that some, their levels are higher than others. And those whose levels are not that high need to incorporate daily creative practices daily to help them improve on their ability levels. Now, one may ask, what is the importance of creativity? If you look at the world today, we always have different challenges emanating every other day. Today you hear of corruption, then you hear of Ebola, then you hear of the climatic change issue, then you hear of air pollution, then you hear of the wildfires and then the floods and many other challenges. In that, the solutions that one had yesterday to solve problems may not help in solving the problems today or even those that are going to come in future. In other words, one needs to have a creative mind to get solutions to the different challenges that keep emanating. Creativity also helps one to deal better with uncertainties. Research shows that creative people are able to live with uncertainty because they can adapt their thinking to allow for the flow of the unknown. In other words, they're not scared of the uncertainties that may come tomorrow because they know they can creatively come up with solutions. It's actually been found out that creative people live longer. Now, what is it that kills creativity? Shikizentimilia say that there are two things. We either grow out of it or we're educated out of it. I'll give an example. If you have a problem and you ask a child to give you solutions to this problem, they'll come up with so many solutions. Why? Because they have a creative mind. They can think of many creative ideas. But if you ask an adult, you let them come up with one, two, or even no solution at all. Why? Because they've grown out of creativity. They weren't, because of not exercising the creative mind, you find one grows out of it. The other thing is you can be educated out of it. If the educational system is based on cram work, in that the student or the child is not given an opportunity to think outside what is being taught in class, their ability to be creative is buried and even can be killed. Now, one may ask, what can I do to improve on my levels of creativity? I just want to talk about three things. One, ask God. God created the whole world. The word creativity comes from the word create. He created the heavens, the earth, and everything that you see on this earth. And one thing he did is that he did not only create like one species, say, of animals or birds, but created many species. Here in Uganda, we have over 1,000 species of birds. When you look at the animals, not only one kind of animal, but there are so many animals. When you look at the flowers, there are many kinds of flowers. They are yellow and red and white and many others. When you look at the trees, you find there are tall trees, short trees, those which have many branches, those which have few leaves. In other words, he created everything and in a variety. He is the author of creation. There's no one who is as creative as he is. And guess what? He says, ask and you receive. Ask that your joy may be full. You don't have because you don't ask. Now, God does not joy or glory in us suffering. He wants us to enjoy life. So why don't you go ahead and ask him? Why don't we go ahead and ask him to give us creative ideas on how to solve the problems that we have in this nation, in your workplaces, creative ideas on how to raise our kids, on how to maybe design our houses, on how to handle our clients, on how to make different kinds of products, on how to solve different kinds of problems that we face. Number two, avoid dependency. Avoid the dependency syndrome. If say you've graduated from campus and you're seated waiting for a job from the government, ask yourself, what if the government wasn't there? What would I do? You've just gotten maybe your master's or your postgrad or maybe your degree or your doctorate. What are you going to do with it? Are you just going to sit there and die because there is no job from the government? Then why don't you go to school? Get up and do something with what you have, what you've studied, the qualifications that you have. Get out of your comfort zone and go and do something. That question of what if the government wasn't there, what if I did not have any help, can help one to be creative. Finally, do the opposite or do things the other way around or inside out. I'll give an example. Say you're a class teacher and maybe your kids doze in class or they hate class and hate school. What can you do the other way around to ensure that they enjoy class, that they learn what you're being taught? Let me say your class normally faces the front where the blackboard is, you can decide to do things differently. You can tell the kids, you know what, today we're going to face the back, or we're going to face the left of the class or the right side of the class, or maybe we're going to sit on the floor and learn we're seated on the floor, or maybe we're going to maybe we're going to go out, go look at the raw materials and the trees and the soil and the vegetation and learn, in a different way. You find that your kids will actually enjoy the class because they know, oh, class is going to be different today. I'll give another example. In Somalia and Ethiopia, they're complaining that they're being infested with locusts. But instead of killing them, trying to kill them, what about using them for something else? Say maybe make them a delicacy. Here in Uganda, we eat grasshoppers, and they come seasonally. Now, other countries think that is awkward or that is weird. But guess what? The Ghanaians eat rats. Even us, that is awkward to us. And guess what? The Asians eat snails and snakes. That is also awkward to us. But one man's meat is another man's poison, or one man's poison is another man's meat. You may look at locusts and think maybe they are deadly, but that could be a delicacy. Or maybe you can make, maybe you can make fumes out of it, of medicine out of it, or something, or grind them and crush them and make spices. There's so many things that you can actually come up with if you're to put your mind to be creative on what to do with those locusts. Yes, and if you look at the waste products that we have here in the world, what can you do with the waste? Let me give you an example. If you look at this is a Nombi tin. When people finish using the Nombi, normally they throw it away. But what if you remove this and you cut off this and you dressed it up? You can make this. This is a pen holder. I didn't throw the waste away, but I used it to make something. If you're to look at my background, those were boxes that are being disposed of, but I got them, I wrapped them up, and I made a simple wall unit. I put the heavier things at the bottom and the lighter things at the top, and it has been standing there for over 7 months now. So what other creative things can you make with the waste products around you? Instead of us complaining about them, let us be creative with them. Now, if we're to carry this element of creativity wherever we are, in our homes, in our schools, our businesses, and our jobs, I believe it can create more opportunities, and it will make life very simple for us. And with time, you actually realize that our economy will develop. Thank you.